Notes number 5, linear inequalities and systems of inequalities. Write an equation, y equals mx plus b form. Graph the equation. Draw a solid line if it's less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Draw a dashed line if the inequality is less than or greater than. Pick a point that is not on the line to use as a test point. The origin uses 0, 0. So we've got the same rules, right? If the point makes the inequality true, shade that side of the line. If the point does not make the inequality true, shade the opposite side of the line. All right, so graph y is less than or equal to 1. Don't ask me. But some of you still, what do I do? Well, let's see here. If I know that I've got to cross y right here, right? At negative 1. Okay? You've done things similar to this, but it's going to get more complicated. Okay? Is it a solid or a dotted?
It's a positive.
Oh, so sorry. Is it a solid or a solid? So I got a solid line. Here we go. There's my line. And when this one, it's not as important because there's only one, but I would be doing something like this to identify it. But this one, when we get to 2 and 3, it might be a little more important. Then I have to decide which side of the line I'm going to shade. Well, I can do that pretty much right here. 0 is less than or equal to 1. Is that a true statement? Yes, that is true. So I am going to go ahead and shade this area down here. Okay? Pretty simple, right? So I could do this other one. There again, I'm trying to do this, so those that are leaving, we might have time to do a couple, so I'll come back if I need to. You guys have already done one, but we will do it again. Okay. Let's go ahead and graph number 8. All these are just practice on doing one. Let's go ahead and do number 8, which means that I am going to have to convert it first. So, I've got number 8. 2x minus 3y is less than 6. Subtract 2x. I got negative 3y is less than negative 2x plus 6. Okay, this is something that some people forgot on the last assessment. You divide by a negative number or multiply by a negative number. What happens? Flip the inequality sign. That makes a positive. Y is greater than, okay, a negative divided by a negative is just going to give me 2/3 x. And next, positive 6 divided by negative 3 gives me negative 2. So now I know that I have y, so I can graph this. I go to negative 2, that's my y-intercept. I'm going to go up 2, this is a positive, so up 2. And over 1, 2, 3, up 2, 1, 2, and over 1, 2, 3. Up 2, over 1, 2, yeah. All right, I'm going to go down 1, 2, and over 1, 2, 3, just so I get a nice line. This is a what kind of line? Solid or dotted? Dotted. Dotted, so now I'm going to put my little handy dandy dotted line. Nice and dark so teacher can read. This is y is equal to 2/3 x minus 2. Now I have to decide which side of the line I'm going to graph. So I'm going to come over here and do y is greater than 2/3 x minus 2. And I'm going to take 0. I'm going to use my origin since it's not involved. If it was involved, I couldn't use it. Just pick any other point on one side of the line. But since the origin is not involved, 0 is greater than 2/3 times 0 minus 2. 0, that cancels that out, is greater than -2. True statement?
True.
True statement. Okay? Make sure that you're reading it. That's the other issue. So I'm going to include the origin. So I'm graphing this side. There's a solution, anything on that side of my line. Then we get to the wonderful 2. Okay. So here we go. Number 9. First thing I need, well, these are all converted already, aren't they? So not a whole lot I got to do here, right? So what I can do is, I know that I've got 4 as my y-intercept, so here's 4. I've got an m of 1, so up 1 over 1, it's positive, and it doesn't take me too long to figure out that I am getting a nice, and this is going to be a solid line. Yes, ma'am.
You don't need anything, right?
I don't think so. Do any of them owe you anything that they would be working on, or
No.
you're not worried about it?
No, they've turned it in.
Okay.
The ones that are staying.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for
I'm
doing
good. I'm good. You saw your papers?
that. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
I don't think they're calling us till like 8:15.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to get a lesson in real quick here. Okay. Have fun. Alright, so there's my solid line. So now I need to decide which side I need to shade. I'm going to do this. I'm going to say, okay, this one I'm going to do it red. So I'm going to come over here on my paper and I'm going to do y is less than or equal to 1x plus 4. Sorry you can't see it. I'll move it. And since it doesn't include the origin, I'm going to go ahead and put in 0 is greater than or equal to 1 times 0 plus 4. Some of you want to skip that. 0 is less than, greater than or equal to 4. Is that a true statement? No, that's a false statement, isn't it? So I cannot include the part with the origin. So I can only include this part up here. Okay? So now I am going to do the second one. And I'm going to go to y is less than 2x plus 5. So I'm going to go to where y is 5 for my y-intercept. And then I'm going to go, I've got a negative line, I've got a positive line, up to and over 1. So I'm going to have to go down. Down 2 and over 1, down 2 and over 1, down 2 and over 1, down 2 and over 1. And I don't have a solid line this time. I have a dotted line this time. Okay, and I'm going to name that line is y is less than 2x plus 5. And now I'm going to say, and come over to my handy dandy paper and say y is less than 2x plus 5. So now I'm going to put in, because it does not include the origin as a point, I'm going to put 0 is less than 2 times 0 plus 5. So I get 0 is less than 5, which is what? True statement. So in that one, I am going to go and I'm going to highlight everything that includes the origin, which is here and here and here, correct? Because this is my line, and if you need to do it in that color so that you recognize that's that line, and this is this line, then you can. You don't have to use color, but I just need to make sure. I shouldn't have colored it solid. I should have colored it broken on the green. So what is the solution?
Solution is -1/3.
No, you don't have a solution Okay, the system has many solutions, but where do they lie?
Intersected area.
In the intersected area where both can be true statements. So all the points where both lines have solutions is your solution set. They say. Okay, do you get that? Okay, so yes, this is a solution to the two equations right here, but also the equations could have solutions anywhere in this area. Both of those solutions, they would be correct. And how you can figure that out? Well, a way you can check that is, if you took your calculator and you put in, all right, let's see here. If I go over and highlight that, and I'm trying to remember, no, nope. 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 Okay. So I've highlighted that line. I don't want that line. Oh, come on. I used to know how to do this. You don't need to know how to do it anyways. I'll watch YouTube and teach you later. Okay? Okay? Nope. I'm trying to figure out, there's a way that you can change that inequality sign. Nope. I have just forgotten because I don't ever use it. But I will figure it out and teach you before you take your EOC. Believe me, you'll know how. Okay? For now, use your skills doing equations because it would be hard to see anyways. You know what? I'm going to think about this, and now it's going to drive me nuts. Inequal Z. Okay, let's see here. I don't think some of the calculators don't have inequal Z. Some of them do.
Found it.
Did you find inequal Z on your calculator?
I did second test and this popped up. I don't
Second
know.
what?
Test and this popped up, so it had like those things, so I don't know if that's right.
Second and test?
Yeah.
No,
Not
I
there.
don't think that's going to work for you. I don't think so, but we can try it. Second test. So if I wanted to change it to number 4, it doesn't change it. No, that's not it.
Oh, never mind then.
Nope. Okay, let's try this. Let's press. Nope. See, I don't have inequal Z on here. Who has press? We'll deal with it later.
I don't know. the calculator.
Well, I'll charge you $29.95. Yeah, back here. Okay. I'll collect when you come pick it up. All right, let's do another one. Okay. So let's get off of this. Otherwise, we won't have time to do another one, which we're already getting there. And I'll figure it out and I'll teach you. But you don't need to know today because I really don't. You need to be able to show me your work anyways. Okay. Alright, so let's go back and let's do number 10. What the heck, huh? Number 10. First thing we're going to do is change them to y equals. So, number 10, I got 4x minus y is greater than 9. And I got, let's see, 2x plus y is less than 10. So, subtract 4x, subtract 4x. I get negative 1y is greater than negative 4x plus 9. And multiply by negative 1, divide by negative 1. It doesn't matter what you do as long as you change that sign. And I get y, and I've got to flip my sign, is less than 4x minus 9. Okay? All right? So, I'm going to plot this line. I'm going to go to negative 9, which isn't even on here. Isn't that fun? It's going to be right down here. And I'm going to go up 4 over 1. It's a positive line. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. And this is a dotted line. And this is y is less than 4x minus 9. And I am going to check to see where I'm going to highlight. 0 is less than 4 times 0 minus 9. 0 is less than negative 9. Is that a true statement? No, it's false. So I can't include the origin. So I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to go like this. Okay. And then I'm going to do the other one. I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. And I've got y is less than negative 2x plus 10. So now I'm going to go to a positive 10, which is going to be up here somewhere. And I am going to go down 2, which would put me at 8. And I've got a negative line and over 1, down 2 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 and over 1. This is also a dotted line. And that is, let's see what side we need to do for that. 0 is less than negative 2 times 0 plus 10. And I get 0 is less than 10. So, is that a true statement? Yes. So I need to include the origin on that one, which means that is everything this way. So the solution here is anything in this area. Make sense? Okay? It's not difficult. Okay, pretty simple. On your homework, you will need to write your 2 equations, is what they want you to do here. You'll just need to figure out your 2 equations for that. Okay? Like this one, the first equation is what? What? Y is what? If it's down this way, what is it? Less than 2, okay? Now we've got to figure out this one. I've got an M of 1 and a B. I'm sorry, my B is 1. So sorry. And I've got a positive slope, and I'm going up 1 over 2, aren't I? Okay? So that means I've got a slope of 1/2. So this one is, and it's a solid line, so it's y is greater than or equal to, because it's shaded where the 0, 0 is, 1/2 x minus 1. My b was negative 1, sorry. Okay? That's on your homework. Okay? All right. This one would be what? The first equation is x is greater than, because you're going this way, it's going to be greater than -3. And the other equation is I'm at the origin, aren't I, for my y-intercept? And it obviously includes the origin because I've got a solid line. So, and it's going down, so I can tell you that it's less than or equal to y. And so what's my slope? 1, 2 up, 1, 2, 3 over. So it's going to be -2/3 x, and there's my answer. Okay? And yet you've got 2 on yours. On the second one, number 8, just make your y-intercept at 0.5, it looks like. To me, it's kind of hard to tell on the y-intercept at 0.5 and y-intercept at 3, because it's a little bit off. Do you see that? Anybody who has the homework? Anybody else need the homework? Look at number 8, your y-intercept. Now, one of these on your homework has 3 equations, okay? So you're just going to have to do the same thing, and you find where the 3 equations intersect, okay? I think only one. Yes, only one. And you've got 2 straight lines and one diagonal, so it shouldn't be that difficult to figure out. But did it work? Did you put it in and did it match? Because I don't think that's not how you do it. So I know that's not how you do it. So you put one in and see if it works. What? You need the homework? I'm so
Are
sorry.
you going on the trip?
I am so sorry. No, but you'd like to get it done. Or you can choose to do something else that you
What's
want to
your
work on. That's fine. Doesn't matter. The y-intercept is right here, 0.5, -0.5, right? And then here your y-intercept is 3. So I'm sorry, number 8 is -0.5, not 0.5. My bad. -0.5. Okay.